I'm Brian Posehn. You may know me from my stand-up comedy or from the TV shows I've been on, like the Sarah Silverman program. I love comic books, metal, and anything nerdy, except furries. They're gross. But that does include Dungeons & Dragons, which I've been playing with the same group of my funny friends for a decade now. So we decided to record us playing the game and turn it into a podcast, and we call it
Nerd Poker, Dungeons & Dragons with Brian Posehn and friends.
Blaine!
Ken!
Sarah!
Sark. Don't forget Jerry.
Now with more
Dan.
And Steve.
and less Sarah, Jerry, and Sark.
Hey, everyone, we're back with another episode of Nerd Poker.
With Brian Posehn and friends.
That's right. Go get your dice, your multi-sided dice, and sit down and get a bag of chips and get ready to
We've
play.
got your morning commute covered.
Whoa! We're taking calls.
Today's secret word is poon.
Hello, this is Jerry from Pasadena.
How you doing, Jerry, from Pasadena?
Hey, I'm just wondering what the traffic report is right now.
Well, shoot it right over there. Ooh, here we go. Guy in the sky, eye in the sky, looking down on around, all around, up and down, downtown.
Freeways packed.
All right, so you want to stay away from the two. Looks like a little bit of constant room right around the down.
Hey, everybody. Hi, my name is Brian Posehn. And you're listening to Nerd Poker, Dungeons & Dragons with Brian Posehn and friends. Those are my friends.
Hey, Brian!
Brian.
Thinking of getting some new ones.
Hey. Not cool.
Just kidding.
He's just saying that because we're all naked and erect.
We're in a wrecked?
That's exactly what I said.
We're in a wrecked car.
All right.
So, on our last adventure,
That's what I was going to ask you.
well, I'll tell you. Our adventurers were revisiting a moon festival when they noticed there was a giant tower growing up through it. Everything was on fire. There's chaos. They defeated some weird feral-looking moon elves, and they're currently accompanied by Flarb, a furry purple eel.
My new pet.
It's got no mouth, and it's real friendly with Winter.
I'll give him a mouth.
What?
With your penis, I assume.
No.
No, you don't want to give him a... All right. Roll to make a mouth penis. And then Rusgums, the female fairy who decided that you were maybe in a little bit of trouble and she would try to help heal
Status,
you.
it's complicated. Between
Things are a little heated in a good way between...
What were we about to do?
Go up an elevator.
So you went in this tower that looked like it was stretching way up into the sky in the direction of the moon, as it were. Mm-hmm. And you opened a door that seemed to go on forever. The walls were made of gears. And then as you went down this narrow hallway, you reached what appeared to be an elevator. And you pushed the third from the top button, which when translated from an ancient, strange sort of elvish, seemed to imply it was the extreme above.
Right.
Not quite the above or the beyond, but the extreme above. So, we were just deciding how you were going to push this button.
That's right. I think.
And
We were?
I thought I pushed it. I was...
you were about to, but
I was about to, yeah.
But I will say once again, you were deciding how you were going to push this button.
Well, describe the buttons again.
They're wooden.
They're wooden and they're oval.
They wooden and they are.
They're not round. They're oval.
Right.
They wooden and
So they're wooden.
Each have etchings next to
We're
them.
worried that it's... Oh, well, maybe...
Maybe we run another detect traps on this whole.
Your
bad
detect
boy.
magic is sputtering, but you can. This is your last thing you can do.
All right, let me do it.
You look at the buttons, and there's definitely magic involved in the buttons.
Cool. Well, that's solved.
Each one seems to be fairly simple, and it reminds you of the door magic that you felt earlier.
Should we have chopped one of those fuckers' fingers off?
I'll let you tell me. Did you bring the hands with you, or
Well,
when they got all
they
shriveled, did you
shriveled
chuck
up.
them? They did shrivel up, but they weren't unholdable.
Do you want me to go and get one of the hands?
Yeah, why don't we...
Yeah, go and get a hand.
Do you wait for Elzin to go run and get a hand?
Of course.
I'm remember, I'm Elzin Falconcrow for those who don't remember me.
You're no longer blurry.
Yes, I'm no longer blurry. I
Are
am
you going to
half
try to be
elf.
stealthy?
I'm half elf, which is the stealthy half, and then I'm also half Samoan, which is not as stealthy, but still, I had
Now,
a
you
good
guys, Elzid, you're way out of your element here. You've never been in a tower like this before, and you've already experienced some strange magic here because as you're going up,
strange magic. Come on. Whoa, got a strange magic. Boom, 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 boom. So I'm out of my element.
the tower seemed to go straight up, but this doorway led
Straight up now, let me
Tell you what I love me forever. Oh. Am I caught in a hit and run? We miss you, Blaine. This room of gears went so far out. It does not appear this tower should have been that large when you entered it. It had that Tardisy vibe. So if your instincts tell you if you were to go solo back for this hand, you might want to at least be stealthy. You're not sure what might be in the stairwell. You did leave the door open. You're 5 minutes away from that door though, and in the speck of light, you don't see any movement, but there could be something there. Do you want to go solo or bring
Somebody
everybody?
want to come with old Elzid?
Let's go get those hands.
Go as a group?
We'll
All right.
all go. We'll all
You get to the stairwell, you don't see anything. Do you want to open the front doors and grab a hand?
Yeah.
Yes.
You open the front doors, everything seems clear, but you hear more screaming and some roaring. And you notice the whole festival's on fire at this point.
Oh,
Just grab the
fucking
hand.
care.
You see the shriveled hands laying where you left them.
Yeah.
We grab them.
Grab them.
How quick do you want to head back to that elevator?
No.
Immediately.
I'd say it's probably 85 miles per hour on foot.
So you guys gonna run?
Like cheetahs.
Yep.
Yes.
Everybody roll a 20-sided dice.
Here goes nothing. That was
I was low.
All right.
low. 17.
Ooh.
4.
4.
Fuck.
All right, you're fine. But what do you do when you get to the door that leads to the gear hall?
Well,
Do you pass through it running, or do you shut it behind you?
I will probably shut it behind
I
us.
feel like I'm being told to shut it behind me.
I'm going to go ahead and say that was a good call. So you head down to the elevator, and you've got both hands.
Yes.
What do you do? You've picked out your button for the extreme beyond.
We
Yes.
grab a pointy finger and push it.
One of the hands is a lighter gray, one of them is a darker gray now.
Jesus Christ. What color is the button?
They're a lighter shade of brown than the walls of this wooden elevator.
I'm just going to say, sounds like the lighter one's probably the way to go.
Yeah. Let's just do that.
All right, you hit it with a finger, and success. The door shuts.
Yes.
And then the door opens immediately. The same thing is not on the other side. It is a very posh, sort of velvet-lined room.
Travel. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to walk out? It's got a carpet. The walls look like they're made of white velvet. The ceiling is
Well, I like
also
posh.
white velvet.
Guys, it's perfect. Let's go.
And,
And I run out into the
Heritage
room.
Ginger were
A
always
thin
my two
line
favorite.
of a thin line of gold presses in all the velvet along the walls down the middle.
this is
Beautiful.
Do you leave the elevator?
Should we take our shoes off?
Yeah, I'm going to take my dick off.
As
No one knows what to do.
as you enter,
Yes.
something suddenly floats right in front of you down the hallway.
I don't care.
It appears to be a. You don't care?
They don't
All
care.
right. Winter looks the other way while this happens, but everyone else notices immediately. There is what appears to be a large, let's say again, German Shepherd-sized jellyfish with its tentacles hanging down to the floor, about 8 feet off the ground, and it turns a sort of small. Not quite a head, but a small sort of bulge at the front of it towards all of you and stops. It had been floating down the hallway, and it turns and looks at you and stops. What do you do?
Well, I will address it.
Oh, yeah?
Good morrow, floating jelly beast.
Who are you talking to? Oh.
Are you dressing it in Elvish or English? You speak Elvish.
Do I speak Elvish?
Yeah, and you've noticed you're in an Elvish environment. Which language
Oh,
do you...
I will use Elvish, but what I will say is, good morrow,
Thank you very much.
jellyfish person. I and my band of merry gentlemen are here to say good day to you. We should say, as a group, nice work on the carpeting, the wall fixtures, and everything else. How do you do?
It's very posh.
Yes.
There is an uncomfortably long silence. And the room
screams.
Well, the room is very quiet to the point where you begin to hear the tiny little pops of dust as it settles on your ears.
Jesus.
And then all of you at once hear a voice inside your head that very calmly says in the common tongue, "You should leave."
All right.
Well,
Sorry to bother you. Which way?
should leave. What do you guys think?
No.
That's a great way to get us
Yeah,
to stay.
I also speak Elvish, and I speak Fat Elvish, not Young Elvish.
Thank you very much.
But I ask, what will happen if we don't leave?
There's another uncomfortably long pause. And before you hear a voice in your head, you hear a much more physical voice in the distance, seemingly from both ends of the hallway, but the one voice. You hear a...
Sand people.
The walls shake. No, a sand person goes... This is a more of a... And the walls and the ceiling and the floor all shake when this happens. And the jellyfish just keeps sort of staring at you in silence.
It didn't really answer my question.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like it's going to.
Yeah. All right. Well, can we get back in the elevator and go to a different floor?
Did the sound that didn't come from the jellyfish though?
So you're at like a T intersection.
Yep.
Just outside the elevator door, the hallway kind of only goes like 10 feet. And then it hits a wall, then it goes in either direction. This roar seems to come from both ends. And if you look down either way, the hallway only goes about 50 yards in either direction and then goes forwards again. So you could be in sort of a square hallway, and both of those hallways might connect in some larger room.
I'd like to talk to you guys for a moment. I just feel like this place is filled with jellyfish and ghosts, so I don't know if there's anything.
Ghosts.
I don't know if there's anything here for us. Is there? I mean, is there any good stuff?
Is there any
here?
writing anywhere on any of the other walls or anything in here? Any markings?
So you turn around and you look at the elevator doorway and you notice there is writing on it. Why don't you roll a 20-sided dice?
There you are.
What'd you get?
It's like a 9.
Great. It's a loose translation, but there's many words this time.
Yeah.
You don't get all of it, but something along the lines of "Here it all begins." Let no one pass who does not belong.
I don't think we belong here.
I don't know, but we are elves, or at least half elves.
Well, one of you is. You are.
But
He speaks Elvish, but that's because he's a wizard and he's got a
man.
language proficiency. So he's just been around the block. The jellyfish, without sort of turning its sort of head bulge away from you, begins to back away from you and float back down the hallway.
Which way? To the right or
To the right. It came from the right, and now it's going right again.
Should we follow it, or should we get back in the elevator and go up to one of those other levels?
That's my question.
Yeah, maybe go all the way up.
No,
Jesus
I feel.
Okay.
Remember, the 2 floors above this are above, and beyond.
Above.
Yeah.
You did get the vibe that these were conceptual things, and that each of those buttons takes you to a different place. Now, when you
Let's go to the one right below this one.
each door you've opened so far, you felt as if you were taken almost to another place entirely. The elevator door at this point shuts behind you.
Like we might not even be in this tower anymore.
As far as you know, that's correct.
Okay.
You do, however, notice the writing is consistent. So the way you've been traveling is the way perhaps any of these moon elves could be traveling.
Okay.
Well, here's another thing. I could, because I'm half elf.
Yeah. What you want to try to figure out?
Half elf, I can get into the colleges easier than you. But seriously, folks, I could go check some bullshit out and come back and make a full report, get it on your desk.
Why don't you
by
actually
Monday.
roll a 20-sided dice, Elzin?
Here
Is
comes
Chim Cham with us? Riggs comes.
Oh, Rusgums?
Yeah.
After he's done this perception check, you can ask Rusgums.
That's a
some
15.
questions. Great. So you actually, this reminds you of some stories you've heard about a certain kind of elf that was long since banished from the realm completely.
Okay.
You don't really remember much, but you're wondering if this has something to do with the fact that that evil fairy you defeated was trying to summon something on the moon. And you're wondering if this is some sort of invading force.
I'm starting to really wonder that right now.
Do you want to ask Rusgums some questions, the fairy?
Yeah.
What you want to ask her? She's just kind of fluttering around, hanging out.
What's a good question to ask Rusgums? Rusgums.
Are you familiar with that jellyfish thing that we saw? Have you seen those before?
We have stories of such animals.
Please just share one of those stories.
I've never seen one before, but they are rumored to live on the moon.
Okay.
Well,
That roar, however, almost sounded as if an elf was in pain.
Oh.
yeah, well. Maybe
We should go down the hall and
check it out.
check it out.
All right.
All right, let's go get into some
don't
Like
bullshit.
that
maybe
much
when that thing. Oh, he told us to leave.
He did. You want to
So
follow him
he
down the
wasn't
right, or you want to go down the
trying-
left?
Should we go to the left? Away from him?
Yes.
All right, we'll go the other hallway.
As you go down the other hallway, he starts to follow you. He changes his direction and starts to tail you, and he repeats himself, "You should leave." You feel it all in your head.
Right.
I flip him off and we keep walking.
You make it around the bend, and you notice the hallway. You made a left. You may have to make a right. Both the hallways will go in that direction to go this way. So you go make a right, and then it's another right. You see it in the distance. Do you keep heading? It's almost like you're making a square. It feels like these hallways make a square.
Yeah, is the weirdo still following us?
Yep. And you hear in your heads again, "You should leave."
I tell him to stop following us.
And I say unto him, stop saying things to us.
It keeps repeating.
I say unto him,
It keeps repeating itself. You should leave. You should leave. You should leave.
you should shut up.
Yeah,
It doesn't shut up. In fact, every time you engage it, you realize it's repeating in your heads. You should leave. Almost automatic.
This is getting annoying.
What color is it?
It's a very light blue. I wonder why you asked. It's almost as if a certain elemental choice was before you. You seem the most grumpy, so it actually. Have you guys stopped, or are you still walking down the hallway?
Still walking, I think.
Still walking, yeah.
All right, it's gaining ground on you a little bit. You get to the end of the hallway,
Yes.
and you realize the other hallway does in fact match
Connect.
up. And then, so here's the elevator. You go this way, out, up, and now they both connect here. There's another hallway in the middle you can't quite see, where you'll turn right.
Let's do it.
The jellyfish is right next to Dag now. It's about 6 inches away from Dag. And you almost think it's going to touch you, Dag, but first you hear the roar again, and the ground and the wall shakes, and it's much louder now, and you can tell it's coming from this hallway.
Does the jellyfish do anything when it hears the yell?
Actually, before it didn't move. It was almost strangely suspended as the walls shook, but now the air seems to hit it, and its tendrils kind of wave as the shockwave hits it. You can tell if you keep going down this hallway and turn right halfway down, you'll be headed closer to the sound.
Well, let's keep going.
Yeah.
I mean, we've come this far.
The jellyfish, Dag, you can tell, reaches out for you.
I dodge it.
Sidestep.
I sidestep.
Roll a 20.
Oh, shit. 20.
It touches your shoulder. Your here. Roll a 4-sided dice.
God damn it. 3.
All right. Are you right or left-handed, Dag?
Right.
Great. It touches your left shoulder, and immediately your left arm goes numb. So I will go ahead and tell you for a moment. The thought of healing crosses your mind. If you're reaching for your weapon, you're aware that there's something definitely. It doesn't hurt, but your warrior alarm goes off that you might need more than just to attack if this continues. This feels very crippling. You've lost a limb. You can't feel it. So you can attack, but it's got about 16 tentacles, and one of them just made one of your limbs go completely numb. What do you do?
Well, I tell these guys this thing just attacked me, and my left arm went numb.
Flarb attack.
And then I swing my right arm.
Go for it. You're unable to move your left arm. It just suddenly goes limp.
All right. I'm using Thunderbolt, my hammer, on it.
All right. Nice. Oh, shit. Really? Okay.
Yep.
We haven't seen that guy in a while.
No.
Roll.
Oh, fuck. Just a 3. But I swing again.
You get an attack bonus on that, though, don't you? Or no, not
Yeah,
3.
I
3
swing
won't be
again.
enough.
11.
11? All right, that's enough.
Yeah.
Why don't you roll for damage, sir? Which part of it are you swinging at, the tentacles or the head? If you do an overhand swing, you can hit it in the head.
Overhead. I try to
All right.
smack its dumb little head. 7 plus 5.
Great. It explodes, and a giant sonic noise hits everyone. Everyone roll a Constitution check. So roll a 20.
I'm 1 over my con.
Okay.
Where's my it's on a 20. I'm 1 over my con as well.
I'm way under my.
Okay,
con.
roll once more for Hug.
All right. He's most likely under.
Great. So it just hit Elzid and Dag. You get a really high-pitched ringing in your ears, and you're going to be deaf for, let's just say, 3 rounds. However, you're out of combat because this thing has exploded. Now everyone roll a dex check.
I can't hear you.
20. Ooh, boy.
Here comes mine. That's
You're good.
5.
17. I have 18 decks.
Cool. So,
What about
yeah, roll for Hug. I'll
7?
roll for Rose Guns.
7.
She's good. So, everyone's fine except for Dag. This thing is toast.
I can't hear anybody.
Yeah, you can. Neither of you can hear. And exploded bits of this jellyfish land on your shoulders and your other arm, and they also go numb. You drop your hammer, and there's a loud thud. It luckily doesn't go off in a sonic boom. Rusgums, however, heads over to you, and she starts waving her hands.
What?
She's a healer.
I can't hear anything. But
She's
but
a
it's
healer.
worth it. I can't hear you.
Do you like the band Steeler?
Yes.
Yngwie Malmsteen.
Yes.
She
The early
succeeds.
stuff.
Ron Keeler.
She succeeds in bringing feeling back to your arms.
Oh, nice.
However, you realize as it comes back that he really fucked you up. and you take 8 points of damage.
Wow.
She, before you write it down, she
That I heard.
tries to heal you and succeeds for. Let's say she spends the last of her. She heals you for 8, so you're fine.
I'm still
She,
down.
however, will need to rest before she can cast a healing spell again. She's used up all of her slots.
I'm still down 4 from earlier.
Okay, and yeah, she can't heal for a while unless she rests.
Does that healing include hearing?
What?
Yeah, actually, you can hear, and she'll go over to you, Elzid.
What? I can't hear
'Cause
you.
it's a different spell. It's yeah,
I can't hear you.
you can hear again, and
Oh, I can hear you
you're
now.
good. You're good.
I can hear everything
Also,
now.
as you've all just taken this damage, you were
I couldn't
reminded.
hear earlier, but now I can hear.
No, I know.
Earlier, you all, much at the beginning of your venture, a long time ago, you all got a potion, a full health potion. So if you should drop low soon, remember that you have it.
Yeah.
Do you approach this last hallway? This turn to the right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we might as
yeah.
You
well.
approach, you realize there is very dark shadows coming from it, and as you turn around, you see what looks like a glowing yellow furnace room about 20 yards down. And
Freddy Krueger's in there.
let's take a break.
And we're back from the break.
You hear crackling. You see the walls. There's a room. There's a large room at the end of this hallway. It's dark. The crackling is from lines in the walls. The walls look like they're almost lined with a glowing sort of magma. And the room, again, seems larger than it should be, given that it's in the middle of a square you just walked. You get a sense of a vastness. There's echoes coming from it. It should be a closet-sized room based on the fact that you just walked in a square and went down the middle. But it seems to be a giant room. And the roar happens again, and this time you all kind of slide back on your heels a little bit because of how loud it is.
That's a loud roar. I know about sound.
You've learned so much.
I've learned. You learn more about sound from its absence.
Right.
You know, I've come a long way of growing inside. Anyway, what do you guys want to do about this thing?
Resgum suggests we either send a scout ahead, or because she detects traces of Elvish in it, perhaps we call out to whatever it is. It sounds both angry and in pain, but we don't know if it's an enemy yet.
Yeah, let's do that.
Send a scout or cry out to
Call
it.
out to it.
I say call out. Something along the
There's
lines of...
somewhere in there that needs help.
Which one of you is gonna the half elf who speaks Elvish or the wizard who speaks
Your
Elvish?
Elvish is a little better than mine.
Roll a 20 and then tell us what you say.
Where's my 20? Here's 20. Oh, boy. I got an 8.
All right.
Yeah, an 8.
I got an 8.
What you say will be heard and understood on some level by what this thing is. However, it will be broken for sure.
Beast of the tower, I call out unto you. This is the voice of Elzid Falconcrow. I'm half elf and I'm half Samoan. I'm 40-ish. Anyway, back to what I was talking
I was
about.
just pleasured by this fairy friend of mine.
Rusgums rubs his
So
shoulders.
my
as
balls
he
are
says it.
empty.
Yes. I am very clear-minded, mind you. And I should like to offer some help. You sound as if you're in pain. May we come into your furnace room and help thee?
You hear a, and this is what it sounds like to you, someone who speaks Elvish. It sounds like this.
Okay. I heard the word hoof.
Or help.
Or help. But, okay. Well, I don't know what to do with
I think it
this
said help
information.
me. I think it said
You
help me.
detect an element of fear and empathy, but also more anger.
Right. It sounds like
It might have been fuck off then.
Yeah, it could have
No,
been.
I think it was help me.
You think it was help me?
And I don't even speak at all.
Right.
Not a lick. I don't speak
Yeah.
a lick of Elvish.
Well, may I still speak to the beast? It sounds like you said help me. Can you confirm or deny this?
Roll a 20 again.
Yes or no?
15.
it responds.
Wonder what would happen if I rolled a 2.
Fucking Christ.
It sounds very sad.
All right,
Yes, it sounds like a dog that's hurt himself. Maybe
However, you get a sense this thing is huge.
We're friends, though. We're here to help.
we're friends. We're here to help. Yes, I confirm that.
You hear grunting and sighing and whimpering.
Oh, we gotta go.
Grunting is we could.
We can make an ally. This could be an ally. We can make someone who can help us surround in this place.
I think that's a great idea. Let's go. What do you think? Let's go in there.
You gotta head
Yes.
down to the furnace room.
Everyone's going.
All right. You head down and you notice there are large pillars making a circle. The room is circular, very large, very, very large. It's about the size of if you've ever been to Grand Central Station. It's about that big.
Jesus.
Big room.
And it's going to take you a second to walk around one of these pillars because they sort of make a ring around the outer edge. And each one is lined with glowing yellow. And you look around, and as you look around, you realize each of these pillars is turning in place very slowly as this large creature walks in a circle. It is chained from high up to each of these pillars, about 20 feet off the ground. And it has already sort of gone back to pacing a circle. It does not appear to be waiting for you. It seems oblivious to you, but it is very big.
Mm-hmm.
It is
chained.
Like big,
It is-
like the giants that we've fought in the past.
It is about 3 stories high, so it's a bit larger than the
Jesus
giants that you
Christ.
faced. It, in many ways, appears like the moon elves you encountered outside the tower in that it's got glowing skin, it's covered in tattoos, and it's wearing only a loincloth, except it's hunched over, almost spherical. It's so large. It's got a hunchback. It's got very large shoulders. It almost seems more primal. And it's got its back to you right now. It's trudging forward in a circle, turning all of these pillars with the chains all meet at its neck.
Right.
It's got a big steel collar around its neck. You can't see its hands. You just see its ass, back, and the back of its neck.
What's its ass look like?
It's pretty taut and firm, very muscular.
Good question.
Cool.
Good question. What's the fairy's name?
Rusgums.
I unhear what the ass looked like.
You notice
I rolled a never.
very
think of it.
delicate artisanal tattoos lead up its back flank and beneath the loincloth towards its anus.
I send Razgums to go blow this beast and
Blow it!
3 stories tall, dude.
well, I mean, I ask her. I don't know. Sometimes
Rusgum says, I believe we should approach very carefully at this point. I'm not sure this beast is as sentient as we are. It understands some language, but may not be as intelligent.
Right. Hmm.
We're not that smart because we just asked a fairy to blow a monster.
A monster.
She looks at you and says, if I believed blowing this creature would help it, I
Yes.
mean, I clearly lack a mouth with the elasticity or circumference to do anything literal, but I would give it any pleasure I could. I believe no healing spell that I can cast would even affect such a creature.
Well, that's pretty negative attitude, is what I would say to you.
She crosses her arms and kind of gives you a side eye. She doesn't care for your attitude.
All right. Yeah, in a magical world where anything can happen, this can't. I get it.
It's slowly making its way around. It can almost see you now. What do? Do you go back behind the pillar, or do you wait for it to look at you?
Hey, we need to let it know we're here.
Yeah.
Let's get this over with.
You just stand there.
Why don't we
It's
clap
gonna
our?
see us
Why not
eventually.
clap our hands over our head in unison, like the Radio Gaga?
Oh,
All right, and it suddenly
Clap, clap.
locks eyes on you. Do you clap together?
I don't know, guys.
Let's hear it.
I don't clap.
He don't like to clap.
Elzid, what do you do though?
Well, if they're not going to clap, I'm not going to be the only
right.
asshole clapping.
So
I just wave and say, hello.
Hello.
you notice
But I say it in my Elvish that I know. Hello.
its face is vaguely elvish. It has pointy ears, but it looks very deformed. Its nose is long and hook-like, almost like a troll. It's got tusks You've never seen tusks on an elf, but it's got pointy teeth and almost like some boars. The teeth come up through its upper lip and kind of gnarl its way out of its face.
Yeah. It's like the Elephant Man of elves.
Pretty much. And its arms are in shackles. They're sort of bolted together. There's no chain. It's just one sort of
like handcuffs.
Figure 8 style steel cuff. And it looks out at you and it stops. It's clearly shocked by you.
Yeah.
And it holds it out, its wrists out and goes,
He wants our help.
Yeah. He wants some help, or he wants some change. Does anyone have any change? Has anyone any change?
I've got some Canadian.
Yeah, he doesn't. My guess is this guy doesn't
I have
know
some
the difference.
loonies.
Well, I think what's going to happen, I'm going to make a prediction. We're going to unchain this guy somehow through the magic of dice rolling, and then he's going to try to kill us. Or, like you said earlier, become an ally.
Are you saying this in out loud?
I'm just thinking out loud to my group of friends.
What language are you saying? In common or
Oh,
Elvish?
just in common language.
Okay. It doesn't understand.
Yeah.
But it's darting around waiting
Is
for you to
there?
do something.
Can we see if there's like a lock situation on those cuffs?
They look like they're solid steel.
So we need something that, if we were to go ahead and take those cuffs off, I'm a lockpick. Do you know that?
There's no lock.
There's no, you don't see any visible holes on.
Yeah,
on these
but
cuffs.
if there were those, I'd be very helpful.
It starts stepping towards you, and it's more insistent. It goes, and it's moving faster than it
What
was when it
color
was
is he?
trudging.
What color is he?
It's hard to tell because the room is sort of glowing yellow, but he definitely is not the same color as the other elves. He's almost got sort of like a pale, almost what's the word? Pastel red kind
Okay.
of vibe to him.
It's like a pink.
The whole room feels hot too. You feel like you are in some sort of furnace room.
Yeah. I grabbed my frost brand.
Uh huh.
That's all.
That made Dan happy.
That's all.
Yeah.
I'm interested, is what I am.
Oh, I think you're onto
So
something.
do you take your sword out?
Yes.
He steps back in fear and starts smacking his lips like a gorilla.
Okay. Well,
It's good to know he's scared of us.
Some spit shoots up out of his lip holes and drips onto the ground and
because
splashes
he's red,
like a bucket
I think
full of
this
water.
frost brand could really teach him a lesson if we need to.
It's good to know. But he's also making him hungry as well.
What should we do?
That's release.
He
I'm not
holds
gonna-
his
I'm not
cuffs
gonna-
out again
I'm
as
not
if he
gonna
wants
hit
you
him
to
yet.
do something.
Oh.
My guess is this whole world.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna release him. I'm gonna
Do
hit
it.
those cuffs with my. What color are the cuffs?
They look like a dark gray steel. They don't look elemental at all.
Those cuffs are like the size of this table,
Yep.
right? Jesus.
I don't know what to do.
He sees the sword and he's kind of just like he wants you to hit it. You get the impression like there's dirt and scrapes all over it. He's smashed it against pillars before. Like
Okay.
He's tried to free himself and he wants you to try too.
With the frost brand,
He doesn't seem to care what the weapon is. He just wants you to do what he does and try to
Okay.
break him off.
Give it a
all
shot.
right. I'm gonna swing at it with my frost brand.
All right, roll a 20, sir.
Please.
Just a 5.
All right, it pings right off. He narrows his eyes, but he stays frozen, just sort of waiting for what you do
I'm gonna
next.
do it again.
All right.
And 9 that time.
All right, you plant your feet more. You cut into it, and a little line of frost goes down the middle, but nothing happens. You definitely did something to the cuffs, and
Sounds like
he's frozen.
something's-
It's like he's completely not moving. He's very excited.
I say do it again.
Well,
You feel like you haven't done much damage, but you're doing something to the
Right.
cuffs.
I'd like to when I can do it again. I would.
Would a magic missile do anything to these cuffs?
That might be.
Could I miss and hurt him? What do you think?
Is it me? Oh, finally someone's asking my opinion. Well, All I've got are these lockpicks and a magical dagger.
Yep.
I don't know that my magic dagger is going to do anything but make me blurry.
I will.
There appears to be some sort of active frost damage, for what it's worth. You feel like the cuffs have been affected elementally, and they're perhaps
Maybe I'll take a
cold
swing
now.
with my longsword.
All right, roll a 20.
Here comes nothing. What was that?
It's a 9.
Yep.
Why don't you roll for damage?
Okay, which one is that for the longsword? It's 8. Wait, this is 6. Which one is it? This one?
Mhm.
That's a foe.
All right, you take a tiny little steel nick out of this giant pair of cuffs.
I see. I see what's
He's
going
waiting very patiently.
What does Hug have?
Hug's got a dagger and spells.
Do you know what spells he has?
It's all illusion based. He can do stuff. He can make things appear. He can,
Hug takes a swing with his.
his little dinky dagger. Go
swing
for it.
at
Roll a
dude.
20.
All right. At least this thing will know we're trying to help. 19.
Oh, great. Go for it.
19 and an 8.
Roll your damage. Yeah. That's 3. You take another little steel nick out of it. Is Winter going to do anything?
My rapier won't do shit to that.
You got Flarb.
Flarb.
Attack.
Flarb, break.
How close do you get before you demand?
I'm really. I get it close,
All right, so he hops off.
and I point at right in the middle of the cuffs, like right between
He
the wrists.
jumps right in the middle. He grips on, and he just sort of wiggles around, and nothing happens.
Of course.
Yeah, of course. Nice one, Flarb.
He looks back at you for approval and kind of sticks his butt out as if like a baboon would stick its butt out.
Ew.
I just shrug
Why are
and
you
go,
doing that, Flarb?
Nice try.
Don't do that.
He's nervous that he doesn't like what he did.
I say nice try.
He kind of nods approvingly and just
Get
crawls
back
back
here.
on your arm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dag, what do you want to do?
My turn again. I'm gonna swing on this thing.
Frostbrand?
Yes.
All right.
9.
All right. That's a hit.
Alrighty. Yeah. Hope if I kept it close. What the fuck?
You've got about 100 dice right
Got
there.
too many.
You know what?
What?
Yeah, what?
Yeah, roll for damage. We'll do. There is a thing happening.
3
All right.
plus 5.
Roll a 100.
Oh. Oh, that wasn't a shit. 42.
All right. Some frost starts spreading across the cuffs, and it covers the whole outside.
Oh,
But no chunks come off of it yet.
but it's
I
cold.
think we need a good lopping with a big
What
sword.
about your big hammer?
Oh yeah, I'll hit it with the hammer.
Oh, really?
yes.
Go for it.
19.
Roll for damage.
What's going to happen, right? No one knows.
What do you guys do when you notice he takes the
I
hammer
step
out?
back a little bit.
Remember,
Yeah.
you went deaf the last time he used it.
Oh, yeah, I go behind one of the pillars.
All right.
5 plus 5.
What's the damage?
Whoa, on the
Strike from-
hammer. Looks like it plus 5.
Rosegums also goes behind a pillar.
Yeah, as do I.
There is a loud crack, and the cuffs go shattering all over the goddamn place.
Nice.
You should be fine because it's going away from you. But why don't just for shits and what you call them, roll a dex check real quick.
Okay.
Roll your 20.
You're like those guys in the exploding dynamite boxes who are fine
14.
because they're
Yeah, you're fine.
ground zero.
This guy's gonna roll a dex check. Oh no!
Uh-oh. What happened? Why did
bro.
you say, oh, no?
Hang on.
Oh.
What is that? Is that an 89?
89, yeah.
Okay. That's not great for you guys. So
Fuck.
they blow everywhere, and a big chunk of this thing hits them right in the eye.
Of what?
the frozen, shattered,
Hit 2 in the eye.
the big
Hits
giant
the beast in the eye.
beast elf, and he grabs his face and he screams. He leans back, does one of these,
Rubs gums.
and as he pulls his hand away, you see one of his eyes has turned into just sort of a hollow, shattered, like sort of crystal.
That's no good.
What do you want to say to Rosegums?
So go and fix that. Go give a blowjob to his eyes.
She slowly turns her head, makes eye contact with you,
Yes, go on.
And
What
Yes.
the fuck is?
and she says to you as calmly as she can, "I think I know what you mean. I'll do my best." And she flies towards him. Let's take a break. And we are back. All right, so Ruzgums is approaching this In-N-Out burger that's screaming. And she floats up towards its face. What do you guys do? It's still screaming, but at nothing. It's not looking at you with its one good eye. It's just sort of darting around.
I hope she heals him. I hope he feels better.
That's what I think.
What
too.
kind of position are you guys taking? You're. Remember, there's a large sort of circle of pillars this guy is no longer chained to.
I'm probably still hiding.
Slightly defensive, yeah.
It's not chained at all anymore.
No.
What happened
Well,
to the shit around
actually
his
that's
neck?
true. No, it's connected to its neck still. Yeah, but it's got enough slack that could probably still get around pretty well within this room. It just looks like if it couldn't get out of this room, it wouldn't fit down the hallway anyway.
Okay.
But you guys do look up, and it appears there's some sort of mezzanine a little bit above its heads, and then that you could walk on. You're not sure how to get there, but you haven't explored the edges of this room yet. Ruzgums goes up to its head, and she starts waving her hands, and
Come on, Roscoe. Come on.
oof. Okay, he starts swatting at her, and he's missing. She's
out.
trying to cast a spell, but she keeps breaking her concentration because he's trying to just grab her like a fly.
Can I throw my web at his arms to keep him down at his side?
You can try, sure.
I do that.
All right. Why don't you
Second degree.
just roll a 20, because he's a moving target. Great. 19.
motherfuckers.
And you're trying to get both his giant arms with one web? What are you doing here?
Well, I'm trying to just.
He
pin
seems
his arm.
right-handed.
He's
Pin
trying
his
to
arm and he-
incapacitate him.
Yeah.
All right, so you shoot the web. It hits his right arm. It indeed glues it to his side, but you can tell it's only going to last like one round tops. Like he's already yanking at it, and he's
Right.
getting more agitated.
Hopefully she can do something.
She should be able to pull off a spell right before the web pops. Yep, and she's not casting Heal Minor Wounds, unfortunately, which she spent all of on you fine gentlemen.
Oops.
I should have remained deaf. I didn't tell her to cure me.
But she waves her hand, and he seems to calm down a little bit.
Oh, nice.
Thank God. That was my idea.
She cast magic dilaudid.
No, you can hear she's 3 stories above you, but you can hear she's whispering something to it. She seems to have cast some sort of language spell, and
Suck your dick off good if you stop squirming.
No.
Yeah, it's not going to work.
What do you guys
but
do?
Still.
what do you guys do? He's calmed down.
Well, we freed him. He's calmed down a little bit.
I go pet
He freed
his
his hands.
I go pet his
His neck
toe.
is still chained.
Oh,
I go
boy.
pet
You
his
do
toes.
notice the neck chain seems to be more functional than prisoner. Those were keeping his arms. The neck chain is supposed to rotate the pillars. It doesn't look like a prison chain. It looks like some sort of like ropey chain. So
Like him rotating.
you
the
think it
room
could be easier to break?
does something.
Yeah, exactly. Him and the room hasn't rotated in a while. He's kind of been just roaring and talking and weird, grunts.
Let's get rid of that neck chain.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
How do we do that?
So how many pillars? Like how many chains are there? Or do we just go for the
There's like
actual part around
16
his
little
neck?
rope chains, little steel ropes going.
I say we slam it each of the chains. It's going to be easier to break through those individually, I think.
All right, so you just start popping the chains?
Yeah. Popping chains.
Breaking the chain.
Cool. He's going to stay calm for a while. You,
I magic missile it.
yeah, just
chains.
by you cast magic missile. Okay, great. So we'll just say you spend it. You don't have to roll it, but they break the chains off.
Cool.
So this guy's free. He's missing an eye,
Oh boy.
but he's free now,
Not close.
and he doesn't know what to do. He starts feeling the pillars with his hands. He doesn't seem too focused on you right now.
Okay.
What do you guys want to do?
Well,
You got about a round, you think, before something might really happen. This is a giant.
let's find a way up to that top mezzanine area. I feel like there's safety there.
Run around the edge, maybe look for a stairwell.
Yeah.
You indeed find a little stairwell. You want to head up?
Let's go.
Yep.
Do it.
You get up to the mezzanine, and you notice he is focused on what looks almost like a skylight in the center of the room. And he starts beating one of his fists on the ground. The one that used to be webbed is now free, and he's just sort of pounding the ground. What do you guys do? Do you look around the mezzanine?
I think we keep exploring the mezzanine to see the architecture and to see if there's something related to this beast up there.
All right. You notice there's a bunch of wooden panels all around the top of the
knew
mezzanine,
it. I knew
full
it.
of wooden buttons, full of little elven etchings. And you all hear a voice in your head again. You should not be here.
Good.
I read.
Sounds exactly like the jellyfish from before.
I read
Neither
the.
should you.
I read the writing.
You do?
I try to.
Which one? There's like a
Whatever's closest
wide
to me.
panel, whatever's closest. Okay, so you go up to a panel. It's got what looks like a sphere, sort of etched flatly against it, almost like a planet. You're not sure exactly. It just sort of resembles the moon, but different. And you read it, and it says a lot of words you've never understood, but you see words that seem to resemble moon. You see words that resemble the word connection, and words that resemble prophecy. Do you want to keep trying?
I read the next one over.
Before you can, you all hear in your voice very loud, louder than you've heard yet, this is not your place.
Yeah, well, they've been saying that to us a lot lately.
We understand it well.
It's very clear. It's in the common tongue. It's
Can
got
we
a robotic
speak to it?
smoothness to it.
Can we speak to it?
If you
Ask
want
it a
to. You
question?
don't know where it's coming from.
Does it sound like James Spader from Age of Ultron?
It does. You do not belong here. That's a terrible James Beard.
I yell out,
You do not
who are you?
belong here.
Yeah, who be thee? Reveal thyself.
Before it can answer, the In-N-Out burger-sized elf hauls off and punches the ceiling right in the old middle. And there is a large explosion. Everybody roll a dex check real quick. Roll 20. See if it's under your dex.
Nope. Over.
This is 12. What's my 10. I'm over.
I'm under, way under. And winter, Hug, most likely way under.
All right. So those of you who rolled over get knocked to the ground.
Oh.
And it's not just from the shaking, but because pieces of the ceiling are flying everywhere. And is it who's up? Is it Hug and Winter? So Hug and Winter and Rusgums notice the elf animal roaring up at the ceiling. It's got both its hands gripped up there, and a bunch of those jellyfish things start raining down
Oh, no.
on it as if it had just broken open a pipe full of water.
Well, that sucks. Let's get the fuck out of there. That's what I say.
As you rise and you head back, you're going to go down the stairs?
What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Let's get the hell out of there.
So you walk along the perimeter. You stay between the pillars and the wall, right? You're just trying to get back to the hallway from where you came.
yeah.
Are you trying to just book it back to the elevator?
Yeah.
I think so.
So you notice the elf is now covered in jellyfish. You don't even see it anymore. There's like a pillar in the middle now of
Right.
just jellyfish sort of writhing around. And the walls just start vibrating. Everything's vibrating now.
Yeah.
You round the corner, and all of a sudden, all the lights go out.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
You've got half elf eyes, so you can see where everyone's going. What do you do?
I tried to take the whole band and go back to the elevator.
Try to just play a little bunch of let's hold handsy bandsies.
Yeah.
And walk to-
Follow my voice. I'm talking. It's me, Elzid. It's my voice. Follow my voice.
Why don't we just hold on by the back of each other's collars? And
Let's hold on to each other's hips.
You round the corner, should go to the elevator, and that hallway is gone now. It is just a perfect square.
Well, just holding the hip isn't helping me. Is it okay if I plant my penis in the small of your back to sort of stable myself?
Oh, yeah, like a keel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the only way to get out of here. If that's what we have to do, then that's
Yeah,
what we must
okay,
do.
yeah.
Yeah, it's for survival.
It's for survival.
I gently, with both hands,
Yes, go on.
hold your
Yeah,
pelvis.
my
but then-
elven Samoan
your,
hips.
Your hips. And then I'd plant my
Yes.
hot
Yeah.
So before this
My
penising
hot
started
pen.
happening,
my hot vape pen of a penis.
all of a sudden a blinding light comes back from behind you. Again, the wall. Elzid noticed there was no more elevator. The elevator was gone. The wall is now a clean, flat surface. You barely noticed it with the penis slapping up against the small of your back.
Yes. It's hard to concentrate.
It didn't
frankly.
slap. I gently.
It was
Gently.
very gentle to his
Rub it.
in his defense. Do we still have the
Behind you, the light is getting very bright.
Do we still have the paws of the old?
You do.
Can we take this out and see if they can help us find a doorway?
Sure. Roll 20.
Here goes nothing. 12.
So, what are you doing? Just pawing along the wall with it?
Yeah,
just kind of pawing around.
Pawing around.
The lights flicker a little bit when you touch the wall with the hands. They almost come back on, but they don't quite. Behind you, a white ball about 3 feet in diameter and floating off the ground rounds the corner.
Boy, what do we do?
A glowing orb.
What do
Run
we do?
faster.
Yeah, run faster. We're just gonna run in circles.
Exactly.
It's coming at us or it's behind us?
It's coming at you from behind.
Was there anything on that second floor in the mezzanine that could have been another way out?
Not that you noticed.
Okay.
This ball says in a voice in all your heads, you feel it's coming from this ball.
Yeah.
It says, I am here, you found me.
Oh.
It says, I am free, what will you have of me?
Whoa.
We're at an hour?
Help us out. Help us. Oh,
Oh,
Jesus.
man.
Yeah. For the love of God, help us.
Show us the way out.
It floats over towards the wall where the elevator was, and the elevator wall reopens. It says, take me with you.
Yes.
Sure.
Come on.
Come on. Yeah. Come on. Come on.
Which button would you have us push?
I want to go down.
Okay.
Take me down.
Yes, let's go back down out of here.
Take me to where you are from.
Okay, well, going up
Jesus.
seemed like a bad idea, so let's go back down.
Maybe that's that moon. That in that drawing we saw earlier.
Do you have a name?
Yes.
Not you.
Yes, my name is Elzid. I'm Elzid Falcon.
Elzid, we know!
What do we call you?
okay.
Let's.
I
asked
am
what-
beyond.
Oh.
That's an interesting name.
It gets in the elevator with you,
Okay.
and I believe we're at time.
All right.
That was fun.
We did it.
Yeah.
He's a little more ambiguous than last time.
All right.
The glowing orbs start talking.
Yeah, you guys handled that a little differently than I could have predicted. So not a final boss fight per se, but yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Good bits.
I couldn't tell if he was my friend or not. The big gentleman.
Anything anybody wants to plug?
I'll plug very quickly again. Hey, this is Brendan Small. Thanks for listening to us play. I had a lot of fun, as I always do. Check out metalocalypsenow.com and go onto the website and find a way. There are instructions on how to get the show. its final season, the final story.
Do it.
Yes.
Do it.
Yes, please do.
And then
Metalocalypsenow.com.
anything you want to...
Yeah, I'm really kind of surprised by how well my album Ocean of Panic already sold. So thanks. If you bought my CD, it's been in the top 20 for over a week now, which none of my other albums have done. My last one hit number 2 and then floated completely out of the top 200 within like 12 hours. This one hit 1 and then it's been sticking around. So
Nice.
I'm very flattered and it's super cool. And thanks, everybody.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Brendan and I are at
right.
the Improv on November 14th doing our show Baked, Music and Comedy.
Here in Los Angeles on Melrose.
So come to that.
Nice.
Music and comedy would be fun.
With Bob and David, November 11th.
Yes.
on Netflix.
Nice, finally.
It's going to be exciting.
And then I've got new dates on brianposehn.com. Nothing in October now, but I've got some dates in November. And then some things to announce shortly that I'm excited about. That's it. Thanks, guys.
This has been an Earwolf production, executive produced by Scott Ackerman, Adam Sachs, and Chris Bannon. For more information and content, visit earwolf.com.